Christmas wish at halftime was to play better defense, and I think we did, but also they missed some shots that they normally make. I thought Kennedy Meeks was the difference. Got so mad at him in the first half. Talked about number 2, Clint Carlson, going left. He lets him drive in there, lay it up left-handed. So then we did it again a little bit later, and I took him out. I was also discouraged with Isaiah and Joel because they both had 2 fouls and couldn't play them as much. And at least both of them, Joel's second one and Isaiah's first one, were silly fouls. You don't need to do those kind of things so you stay and play in a basketball game. But in the second half, again, I thought defensively we were much better. Again, they missed some shots that they might normally make. But the first half, we were 1 for 8 from 3. In the second half, we were 6 for 11 from 3. And I think that always helps you, too. For us, good defense leads to some breaks, and I think that helps us. Rebounding, they were so worried about a break they didn't send in very many guys to the boards at halftime. I don't think they had any offensive rebounds. They finished with 3, but the first half, both of us shoot 41, 42%. I'm sure that Ben wanted his shots to go in just like I did, but the second half we got much better shots and they're still to go in.
When Kennedy came out for the final time and sat there and you went over and shook his hand, sort of a gentleman's handshake, what did you say to him, and did you like his defense better in the second half?
That's just what I said. I thought he was the difference in the game. The second half, he was into it. You saw him out there denying. You saw him switching. You saw him playing defense the way he played. I never asked our big guys to guard the other team's point guard. All you got to do is guard your big guy, and that's what you got to be able to do. But I did think that he was the difference in the game, and I went in and told him that things that if I had told you, I'd have to kill you. Is that the right line? It's just some things you talk about as players. As a coach, I was really proud of it.
Offensively, I believe you went to the line 9 times. How much more assertive was he on that end?
Well, in the first half, they're doubling big to big. You've got to make a quick move or throw it out. And I think we let that bother us more than we did in the second half. And Kennedy, when there was just one guy, he turned to his left shoulder, got inside to the middle with his jump hook, and it went in. And he was aggressive on the offensive boards, too.
Roy, you stayed with that small lineup for, I think, the last 8 minutes of the first half. What did you like out of that group?
We were still in the game, because Joel had 2. He's going to be small anyway, but Isaiah had 2. When I did go back with Isaiah at about 7 minutes, it was silly to go back with him at 3 minutes. So I just decided to go the whole time with him. And they went with just one big guy also. Carlson was the only big guy they had, so they had 4 perimeter players. So we went with Justin as a 4-man to try to match them up. And I told our guys I didn't want to do that in the second half. I wanted them to have to match us. I wanted to go big. And that depended on Kennedy and Isaiah playing defense without fouling and being productive inside. And as long as they do that, I wanted to stay big. If they're not going to give you something, then we'll go small. But we did it for foul trouble more than anything, except I was mad at Kennedy.
What's the difference for Kennedy in his game from a year ago?
Against Wisconsin, I thought he was sensational. I thought he was the best player we had in that game. And in the second half, I thought he was the best player in the game for us today. He's got to have that attention, and he's got to have that attention to detail and listen. And again, defensively, I have no idea who's going to win the defensive player of the game, but I think he's going to have the best grade that he's had in a while. Last year, sophomore year, freshman year, I can remember some things, but last year he stayed out of Bryce's way is the best thing he did. Bryce was pretty doggone good. But I do think that he helped us his first 3 years with his passing and some other things, and I think now he's helping us on the defensive end and scoring in the low post. And what do you have? 8 rebounds, 4 of them on the offensive end. His rebound numbers are up too.
Roy, do you have an update on Theo Benson's status?
They did a CT scan this week, said it looked good, and they've released him for basketball-type activities, which means getting in basketball shape and seeing what he can handle. So far, he's handled it. I don't have any update. We don't have any date. I don't have any date in mind. When the trainers and the strength coach tell me that they think that he can start practicing, he will not play the next day. He's got to have some time going to practice. So I think when they originally said 8 to 12 weeks, I think it's going to be closer to 12 weeks than it was at 8. It's probably now, or 7. You guys got the date when he got hurt.
October 26th.
I think it's going to be close to 12 weeks, but I don't make up my mind until trainers say he can get out on the court and start practicing. Then we just have to evaluate if he's a good player or if he's sneaking it up. working on his dance moves all season.
What are the plans for holiday break here next couple
All
days?
our guys, some of them get home tonight, but we're giving them tomorrow off, Thursday off, Friday off, Saturday off, Sunday off. And so they have 4 days off, and really a little more than that for most of them because we've got to be back for practice. It's Monday the 26th. Date's Christmas on Sunday. The 26th, they have to be back for 6 o'clock practice that night, and we'll practice that night, and then maybe twice on the next day to get ready for Monday.
Anybody else? Roy, do you have any reaction to the report that the NCAA is issuing a new notice?
Yes, my reaction is I'm tired of this junk. Said everything I'm going to say. It's felt all along that we have done the right thing, and whatever they do, they have to do. Our athletic director was a great guy here at Christmas and told me if I wanted to tell everybody to talk to him, that they can talk to him, and that's what I'm close to doing because I'm tired of the junk. I did have one goal, and I'm going to have to change it. I'd hope that the NCAA thing would be over with before I retired. Now I'm hoping it'll be over with before I die. Thank you very much.
Do you rehearse that one?